Hello everyone. Welcome back to my LeetCode journey. Rishikesh this side. Today we are solving LeetCode problem 448. Find all numbers disappeared in the array. This problem teaches us a very clever in picture array making trick that appears in many interviews questions. Let's get started. So what the question says is given an array nums of n integers where n of I is in the range of 1 to n. Return an array of all the integers in the range of 1 n that do not appear in nums. Let's see for the example. Nums array is 4, 3, 2, 7, 8, 2, 3, 1. Output is 5 and 6. And for the another one, it is 1 and 1. The output is 2. What we have here is we are given an size of n. Some numbers appear twice while others are missing. We need to return all missing numbers. So we can see here is 1, 2, 3 is there 4 and there is no 5 and also there is no 6 but we have 7 and 8 and here also 1 and 2 so we are returning 2. Number from 1 to 8 should exist but in the first example but 5 and 6 are missing so we are adding 5 and 6. So how could we tackle this problem? First we have the brute force idea. We could check every number from 1 to n. For each number search the entire array but that becomes time complexity of o to the o of n square power which is quite hefty. We can do it in any better way. Since all the values are between 1 to n, every number can map to an index. So 1 index 0 2 index 1. Whenever we see a number, we can mark its corresponding index as visited. What we are doing here is how do we mark the index? We make the value at that index negative. So if we see number 3, we go to index 3 minus 1 2. So and make nums of 2 negative. At the end, negative index means numbers existed, positive index means numbers missing. So let's see it in its code directly itself. So first of all, vector of int answer. We will be storing our answer over here. A for loop int I is equals 0. I should be less than nums dot size I plus plus. Int index is equal to abs of nums of I minus 1. Why we are having absolute to negative to basically to eliminate the minus sign, basically to have all the numbers as positive for once. And a condition if nums of index is greater than 0, then nums of index is equal to minus nums index. What we did here is if nums of index is greater than 0, any of the nums of index is greater than 0, then we are marking it as negative. And okay, on after this, a loop again for int I is equal to 0. I should be less than nums dot size I plus plus. If nums of I is greater than 0, then answer dot push back I plus 1. And at last return answer. Let's say if it works. Okay, let's submit it. What we're doing here is we are traversing through the array. For every number we mark its mapped index negative. If we travel through a array, then if we travel through a number in an array, then we mark it as negative over here. Then we use absolute value because some elements may already be negative. So then finally the indices still containing positive values correspond to missing numbers. So in this for loop we are checking for any of the numbers which are positive, then those are the missing numbers, and others are marked negative, so they are basically already in this 10 0, so they won't qualify this if condition. And that's it. Times complexity goes O of n, space complexity O of 1. And that's how we solve LeetCode problem 448. Find all numbers disappeared in array. The key takeaway was using array indices themselves as a hashing mechanism. Okay, in next video we will be solving LeetCode problem 496. Till then, have a good day. Goodbye. Thank you.